Thank you very much for the occasion. I'm very happy to express my joy and excitement after today's commemoration ceremony. I was also very glad to see that so many friends coming from Turkey to participate in this great event. This opening ceremony to commemorate the establishment of Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi Studies at Kyoto University, I think this is the great moment, historically speaking. In Japan, the Islamic studies, Sufi studies has been given good impression to young peoples. But to say frank, on the institutional level, the study has not been sufficient. And this is the first institutional center to conduct Sufi studies. Now, even now on the international level, I think we see very few institutions dedicated to Sufi studies. And in Japan, this is the first one. So I believe that this will create a breakthrough in our cultural and intellectual history.
Thank you so much, Professor. And what do you think about the future studies of this institute?
Islam as a religion has both social, political, dynamic aspect and spiritual, cultural inner dimension, as well as the dimension related to the civilization. And in order to understand Islam, the Islamic world, Muslim peoples, we need to understand that all aspects. But we all know that these days somewhat that public interest, especially in the Western countries, are limited. And so I believe that this new center, by concentrating on Sufi or spiritual side of Islamic studies, create a balance. So this is not. So we are not thinking that it's enough to do studies on Sufi dimension of Islam. We need to do all, but I think this is the kind of least appreciated so far socially, and this center should create both academic, intellectual works, but also public contribution. I mean, the images of Islam in Japanese society is actually not so bad. After the September the 11th, recent wars and these, people are quite afraid. We are afraid that the kind of things which I would say like Islamophobia in the Western countries may surge in Japan. It didn't. Some people have certainly some wrong ideas about Islam, but in general, Japanese public view and their interests are very much in culture and civilizations. Looking back to the 1990s, we had the talks about the clash of civilizations. That thesis was not accepted in Japan, because in Japan, to say a civilization is to say a virtue. And so how can we speak about clash of virtues? So the Japanese public didn't follow that argument except in a certain segment. And I think this healthy attitude of Japanese public will be strongly encouraged by the prospective works of this new center. That's what I'm hoping, and I'm confident.
That would be great, not only for Kyoto University, for Turkey and for the world as well.
Yes, certainly. This cooperation, academic, intellectual, cultural, is between Turkey and Japan, and that's both ends of Asia. And I think it will be create the wonderful things.
I think today is a kind of mirror of this future relationship as well.
Certainly,
Thank
certainly.
you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you.
the
Thank you very much.
hospitality. Thank you so much.
Thank you.